It's a dark and stormy lunch shift. The restaurant is longer than a football field, with the kitchen in one end zone and the front door to the restaurant in the other. My section isn't the expected 6 or 7 tables, but it's the entire restaurant, with tables and customers as far as my bloodshot eyes can see, and I am the only server. The hostess is Bea Arthur, but not the Bea Arthur we know and love from the Golden Girls. It's Bea Arthur, circa 1964, and she's dressed as Yenta from Fiddler on the Roof.
You've got a party of 12 and they're in a hurry.
She yells at me.
And they want to sit over there.
She points to the Bed Bath & Beyond that is across the street, and she goes back to her hostess stand. I want to ask her what it was like working with Angela Lansbury on Broadway, but I realize she's still doing Fiddler on the Roof, and Mame doesn't even open for 2 more years. By this point, there are now hundreds of other customers waiting for me to take their order, but I decide to focus on the large party sitting amongst the sheets and duvet covers at the Bed Bath & Beyond. As I'm waiting for the 8 lanes of traffic to ease up so that I can cross the street, Bea Arthur taps me on the shoulder.
The guy at table 1432 needs the Heimlich, and table 12 is waiting for this hot tea.
She hands me an amuse-bouche spoon that is filled with Earl Grey, and it spills to the floor. We must be out of coffee mugs again, I think. Immediately, I head to table 1432, which is inexplicably in the middle of a small suburban park on an island in the river. I have to swim there in order to dislodge a caramel chew from the throat of my high school nemesis. As I'm swimming back, I can see Bea Arthur wrangling in even more customers. She looks like a cowboy at a cattle drive.
That party of 12 at Bed Bath & Beyond is ready to order.
She bellows out over the crowd.
And you're needed in the kitchen.
I look at the kitchen, which is so far away. It looks like a mirage. No matter how far I walk, it never gets closer. And this is when I realize I am on one of those moving sidewalks that are so often found at airports, and I'm walking the wrong direction on it. Customers have taken to writing down their own orders, and as they pass me by, they hand me sticky notes and bev naps covered with their chicken scratch. Just make sure you have your table numbers on them, I plead. And please write legibly. My apron is stuffed with orders. Customers are asking me where their food is, and the kitchen is just as far away as it was when I started walking.
Bed Bath & Beyond!
Screams Bea Arthur. I hop off the moving sidewalk and race toward the kitchen as customers clamor behind me like zombies who are hungry for roasted chicken instead of brains. Their arms are relentlessly grabbing at me. In my haste to get away from them, several of their food orders fly from my apron and drift into the river, downstream to table 1432. At long last, I make it to the kitchen and I find it in complete darkness, not a cook to be seen. The stainless steel countertops are reflecting the full moon that is shining through the window. It's no longer a lunch shift, but it's the middle of the night, and the kitchen is eerily quiet. The printer is covered with fine dust and spewing food orders that no one will be cooking. I reach into my apron to retrieve more useless orders, and my hand feels something warm and slightly sticky. It's the caramel chew that only moments before had been expectorated from my customer. When I turn to throw it into the garbage, I see a horde of angry customers lumbering my way, some of them holding pitchforks and torches. I didn't want cheese on my burger. We've been waiting 2 days for our waters with lemon. What's your real job? I am awash in terror and panic. Cold sweat drips down my back, and I turn to run, knowing it will be impossible to please these people. The walk-in cooler is within reach, so I pull open the silver hatch to go inside. Standing there is Bea Arthur, all dressed in black, and wearing a turban. She has morphed into her character, Vera from Maine. Next to her is Angela Lansbury, dressed as Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd. She's holding a rolling pin. Her apron is covered with blood, and my apron is covered with honey mustard and barbecue sauce.
It's not often there's a full moon on Halloween.
Bea Arthur purrs in her trademark voice that is both silky and gravelly at the same time.
Strange things happen during the full moon.
I don't know what to do. I can't catch up. There's too many people, I cry.
I love. Serve 'em some meat pies and call it a day.
Says Angela Lansbury. Bea Arthur puts her hand on my chin and swivels my head to the direction of the bright moon hanging in the sky.
This is only a dream, a server's nightmare, if you please. Now listen to what I am going to tell you.
I can feel her cool, gray eyes boring into me as I wait for the key that will unlock me from this torment. The customers are getting closer. The whirring of the printer is growing louder by the second. She leans into my ear and says,
"The man in the moon is a lady."
When my eyes focus on the silvery orb outside the window, I can see the face of a woman named Karen, and she's holding a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon.
I am not paying full price for these super grande nachos because these coupons never expire. I want to see the manager.
She begins to scream, and that scream turns into a long, piercing steam whistle that reaches into the deepest folds of my brain. Bea Arthur and Angela Lansbury laugh maniacally in perfect harmony.